'Cause violence a crime, it's no secret. It's plain to see. Yes, I love you, and you love me, and it's no secret. You know it's true. You love me. Yes, I love you.
Look at that. I am here. I am here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Soul Reader. I'm your host, Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love, the Soul Reader. And welcome to this fourth episode of the Soul Reader. Tonight, the topic is positive or negative. Positive or negative. Very simple for us to get into it. So welcome everyone that's here. If you was here last week, or if you're on Fireside a lot, you know they made improvements. And since they made the improvements, I cannot read the names in the audience. The phone is just too far away from me. But thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Look, I even got a magnifying glass to see if I could see it better, but it still doesn't seem to work so easy. It's just crazy. I might have to start using an iPad. So Jill, who do we have in the audience?
Well, welcome everyone. We have Sheila, we have Victoria, and we have My Unique.
My Unique. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. So, for those of you that haven't been to this show or are not familiar with me, I am a psychic, natural born empath. What I do best is read people's souls. That's what I do best, but I do many things. I do not consider myself a medium, but I have connected to souls on the other side many times, but usually they come through to me. I don't seek them out. So what else have I got to say? I don't know. I'm just like a blank tonight. My head is kind of foggy. So we'll see what we get in tonight. So I might go back and forth and backtrack and all of that. I believe, does my producer have something to say?
I do. Connie and Ronaldo just joined you.
Oh,
and
amazing.
Victoria says that she's driving and listening.
Oh,
So be
great,
safe. Be safe, Victoria.
Yes, definitely be safe. I hope I don't say anything that's going to cause you to run off the road. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. But I do want to say a couple of things about tonight's show. So tonight, I am going to give away 2 30-minute private readings. 2. And I will choose close to the end of the show who those 2 people will be. So I hope you stay towards the end of the show. The show usually runs about an hour. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with me, I connect to souls. This show is really about you. I focus on you and the concerns you have in your life. And they don't have to be problems necessarily. You may be a person that your life is just going great. You got a great job, great house, great car, great kids, great everything, great relationship. Everything is just wonderful for you, but you feel like something's missing. There's a part of your life that's missing where you feel emptiness, and you don't know why. You don't understand it because your life is like going well. It's just going well. Um, so that is what I do here. Whatever issue it is or concern you have, I talk to you about that. The way I read people is conversational. So just like I'm talking to you now, it's just like you're sitting on the couch next to me and we're just having a conversation. While we're having that conversation, I will be reading you, and that's how I give you the messages that you need. Okay, so in this show, we have a first segment called Tony's Mind Mashup. And that's where we discuss the topic of the day. Anyone in the audience is welcome to chime in at any time. At that point, when we're in Tony's Mind Mashup, you can come to the stage, but you don't have to come to video if you don't want. We can just hear your voice and you can ask your question or give your opinion on what you think about on that topic. And then after Tony's Mind Mashup, that's when we do Tony's Soul Readings. And there you can get a reading if you want. There's two ways you can request. If you do a thumbs up, we'll know, me and Jill, my lovely wife and producer, will try to work that out so you can get on the stage. Now, when I do the readings, I do need you to be on video and I do need to see your face. So we need good lighting so I can see you. And that's about it on that. So Tony's Mind Mashup is designed to get us kind of on the same page. Everything I do in the show is created to get ourselves to the spot where we are truly happy with ourselves, where we love ourselves and we love others. So the theme of kind of the whole show, and it was the first two episodes also, is how to be happy with yourself and how do we attain that. Um, my goal is to help you become happy with yourself, to love yourself and others at a soul level. So, not on the surface, not just something you want to show people like you're, oh, this best great person, the best one in the world. No, we want you to really understand who you are and how to live on this planet with yourself, your loved ones, friends, families, and even the people that you don't like. So I think that we should just get started with Tony's Mind Mashup. The topic tonight is positive and negative. And as some of you know, I try to keep things simple. As you can see behind me, I think the arm of the mic is in the way, but keep it simple. That's what I like to do. I like to make everything simple. So this is not a woo-woo show, all mystical and all of that. It's kind of a 101 into the other realm. Because for me, it's not so separate. It's a part of me. It's a part of how I live my life. So let's get into it. And remember, you can comment or question anytime you wish. So, positive and negative. I say positive and negative is very simple. And I like simple. I like things to move easy. I don't want to have to figure everything out. I don't want to have to be so hard to figure out what we should do and how we should live. Now, this goes for it doesn't matter what religion you are or not. You don't have to be any religion, but this applies for everyone. The only issue comes up is when a person may not know what is positive, what's a positive thing in their life, and what is a negative thing in their life. So, what I want to challenge everyone to do is start really thinking about it. Every decision you make, everything you say, everything you do, is this a positive or a negative? And once you can identify that, then you can stop that negative behavior. Because negative behavior is really not good for anyone, especially you. So if you are a person that drives their car and you tend to get very angry in your car if someone cuts you off. If someone doesn't take off from the red light fast enough, you may get angry and start yelling all types of absurdities and cuss words and at the person in the other car that doesn't pull off from the light quickly. Question is that a positive or negative? Well, I say it's a negative. It's a negative because you're angry at such a little thing. I ain't just angry. And it's not good for you because when you're angry and you're doing these negative things, all of these negative impulses, it affects you. It affects your body. It affects your mind. It affects how you interact with people. And we're all human beings on this planet. So we shouldn't approach each other with hatred. With hatred. Now, let's say at your job. Let's say at your job, you claim someone else's work for yourself. And you may tell yourself, oh, well, this is what you got to do to make it to the top. This is what you have to do to make it to the top. This is what everyone does to make it to the top. We step on each other. We claw over each other. We do all of these things to make it to the top. Now, in your mind, you may think, oh, well, that's a good thing. I'll make more money. I will be successful. But is that a positive or negative? If you have to hurt someone else or destroy someone else for your success, that is a negative. It's a negative thing. So if you take the time to look at what you do, at what you say, and decide, is this a negative or is this a positive? Because whenever you do these negative things, it's eating at you, even though you don't know it. I know it because I've felt it in so many people. So it's not good for you. It's not good for you to get to the place where you're centered, where you're calm, where you're loving. So, but all we have to do is identify what we're doing. If you are raising children and you're always pointing out the negative things, the things that you don't like about your child, and in your mind, oh, this is to make them better. This is to make them stronger. But probably not. You're probably hurting your child And this is why so many of us are just so screwed up on whether our parents did it on purpose or not, because no one is perfect. But that can screw a person up for a lifetime, where you're berating your child, where you are saying all of these negative things, never anything positive to support your child. This is a negative thing. So these are the things I want you to think about. And just negative or positive is very easy. It's very simple. What am I doing? How am I living? Very easy questions. So I'm going to ask, is there any comments or questions from the audience? Did anyone type anything in? So if that's a no, that's a no. I'm going to move on from that, because we're going to try to keep things moving on pretty quick today. So something else I've been doing in this show is I've been challenging all of the audience members since the first episode, and we're in episode number 4, to write down one thing per day. One thing per day. Only one thing per day that you love about yourself. Just one thing. I don't want you to write 5 things a day, just one thing. And the reason one thing is because each day we do things that we may not pay attention to. What we might say, what we might do for someone, how we may help someone, or just how we live our lives. So just write that one thing per day. So I've been doing the same thing. And so far, I haven't run out of things each day to say, what it is I love about myself. So let me find where I started. I even have a book. I write it all down in it. So let's find the starting point for the last week, which was Wednesday. For Wednesday, I wrote down, I love that I'm patient. Now, for me, that's a big deal, because I didn't used to be so patient. I didn't. I wanted to do everything. I wanted everything to happen now. Hurry. Let's get it done. Quick. Gotta get it done. And when someone wasn't moving fast enough for me, I would get upset. It would really bother me. But I've conquered that. Now I'm very patient. There's not many things that really get me going crazy, like, oh God, I got to do something about this. So that was Wednesday. On Thursday, and this runs into the one I just gave. On Thursday, I wrote, I love that I'm able to stay calm when something bad happens. So now the way I am now, and this is all part of being happy with yourself and loving yourself and loving others. So I'm able to stay calm because right now my life just flows. So even when something is perceived to be bad, I'm still calm. And an example for this week, I think it started on Wednesday. On Wednesday, my wife Jill comes home, and she was out somewhere, and she says, I don't know what happened. The garage door crashed. I heard stuff breaking and falling and all of this. And I said, oh, well, okay. Now, many of you know that garage doors are very expensive. And we have 2 garage doors, and yes, they are old. They need to be replaced. I said, it's okay. No problem. And I picked up a note I had on my desk, and it was all these numbers of garage doors, places I can get some new ones put in at a good price. So, fine, no problem. So the next day, the next night, that night, at like 2 a.m., a tree on my property splits in half and blocks the whole street. Thank goodness it didn't hit any cars or other people's homes or anything, or my home. So I had to call the fire department and all of that at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, here's something else that happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm still calm. I'm still calm. And then the next day, we were on our way to the airport to pick up a relative and ran into some car troubles where I had to turn around and come back home because the car wasn't going to make it to the airport. So 3 things happened back to back to back. And all of these things are really expensive. All of these repairs are really expensive. I never got upset, never got worried, never got stressed because of the place I am in my life now. I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. I love myself. And when you start getting to that point, I want for you what I have. Peace, love, calm. No drama in my life. Even when people try to create drama in my life, I don't bite. I don't let it happen. I stay calm and collected. Even when a person has deliberately done me wrong, has deliberately tried to cause me harm, I still stay calm. And I still have some love for the person that tried to do me wrong. So I stay calm. Stay calm. So, okay, on Friday, I love that I'm always trying to become a better person. Always. And which means if I do something that harms someone and I don't realize that I did something to harm them, to hurt them in some kind of way, and they bring it to my attention, 1, I'm going to apologize. 2, I'm going to do my best to never do that, whatever it was, to that person or anyone else that I know or that I don't know. I see the blessing even when I do something wrong because it creates an opportunity for me to become better. So I always trying to be a better person. Now, on Saturday, let me see. What I wrote is that I still have love for a friend or relative after they let me down. I still do. Why? 1, because they're a friend or relative. 2, because they're a human being. And 3, I forgive. Because none of us are perfect. Not me, not you, any of us. We're not perfect. So I forgive them even if they let me down. And I don't even have to say, hey, I forgive you for what you did. I don't have to say that. I just forgive and let it go. Because in reality, it's not that important. It's not. I do everything I can to keep myself in a good state of mind, to stay calm, to stay happy, to stay loving. Okay, what did I do on Sunday? Let me see. I love that almost nothing ever gets me down. So when things happen in my life, all kinds of things, a person can be down because they're just working too hard, or that they're in a job that is horrible, that can get a person down. I try not to let that happen to me, especially when things aren't going right. Don't let it get me down. Stay in a good place. Stay in a happy place. Stay in a calm place. Stay in a loving place. Okay, on Monday, I love that I can find peace in the unexpected. And I'm kind of not talking about the unexpected that's great, like you get $1,000 check that you weren't expecting or something like that. I am talking about when things don't go well in life. Health issues, money issues, any kind of issues that come up, similar to the stories I was telling you earlier about the garage door, the tree, the car, all of these things. That's thousands of dollars, but yet I stay calm and I find the good in it. I have to realize that even in the unexpected, there is something there for me. There is something there for me to learn how to handle better. So the next time it happens, and usually there is a next time, I'm good. I'm just good. Stuff happens in life. That's what happens. And for Tuesday, check this out, which is today. On Tuesday, I wrote down that I love that I'm able to do this show with all of you. I really love it. I look forward to it. And I'm going to tell you why. I received a message, and I'm just when I say the other side, I'm talking about souls from the other side, guides from the other side, whatever you want to call them. But I received a message about 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I was just driving a truck. That's it. Driving an 18-wheeler. That's all I was doing. I had no experience in podcast. I had no experience in vodcast, which is what this is. I had already been writing poetry, but at the time I wasn't writing anything. And the message to me was, you are a great orator, and you are supposed to speak to the masses. So when I get messages from the other side, I say, okay. Had no idea how I was going to do that. No idea, not a clue. Not a clue. I wasn't on social media. I never did YouTube. I never shot video for anything. I never built a set. All of these things I never did. Not only that, I didn't want to. And no way. What? I'm supposed to expose myself? I'm supposed to speak to thousands of people? Really? I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. But they showed me. Because I trust. Because when messages come from the other side, at least for me, they're always good. They're always for my best interests and others, not just mine, but and others. And I'm not going to go into detail on what exactly I'm supposed to do and all of that and how it's supposed to go about, but I'm here. I've written a book since then because it has to do with me speaking to the masses. I'm on this show. We had the podcast. All of these things have gotten me ready to be here right now with you. Right now with you. And whether you're in this show live or you're listening to this in replay, there are some of you that are saying to yourself, what the heck is it with this guy? Why 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 do I feel like I know him? I know I've never met him before, but why do I feel that? Why do I feel that connection to him? Someone I've never seen before, someone I don't have a relationship with. It's not me. It's not me. It's what I'm supposed to do. So you do have an attraction to me, an attraction in a good way, not like I'm in love with him or anything like that. It's just I'm familiar to you just because of who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. I have nothing but good for all of you. I have nothing but love for all of you. And it doesn't matter, some of you may not know, but my wife and I have 4 shows on Fireside. And if you watch, each show is different. But if you watch, I never change. You never see an angry side of me. You will see a happy side of me. You will see a jovial side of me. You will see a serious side of me, but you won't see that angry side of me. You won't see me ever try to tear someone down. And we have hundreds of shows. And I challenge anyone to ever hear me say anything negative about anyone. Doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, white, black, Asian, Spanish, Honduras, Filipino, it doesn't matter. You will never hear me say anything bad about anyone on any of those shows. This is who I am. This is who I will be. So that's the love list. My list and then and well, I'm wondering, I don't know if anyone here was in the audience last week, but did anyone else make a list? Does anyone else have, or even if right now you want to look at something that you love about yourself and just let us know. But if there's nothing else, I believe my producer says there's nothing else, no comments or anything else. So we will move into the next section, which is the Soul Reader. That's as mystical as I get. The Soul Reader. All right. So the next question is, I think I have the answer to this, and this is not because I'm a psychic. I don't think we have anybody that wants a reading tonight. Is that correct, my producer?
Why don't you ask them?
Does anyone want a reading tonight? And it can be on anything. And it can be on something that isn't too personal. If you're thinking you don't want to put your business out on the show like this, but it can be something that's not too personal. So it can be relationship. It could be whether you want to switch careers and whether you should. It can be why you don't, find that right person, something like that. Just about anything. Only I'm not going to speak directly with your loved one on the other side, but I can help you with your grieving process to help make that a little easier. So, Jill, do we have anyone?
You do. You have Sheila.
Sheila.
She's on the stage, but Sheila, if you can come to camera, that would be wonderful. And if you didn't see
Yes.
that invitation, I can
Send another one.
send another one.
Yes, because we would love to see your face, Sheila. It makes it easier for me to connect to you. And is Sheila's mic on? I can't. Well, I saw the camera come
Can you
up.
hear me?
Yes, we do
Yes,
hear you, Sheila. Hi.
Hi, Tony.
Hi,
Jill,
Sheila.
can you see me? Can you all see
No,
me?
we can't see you
Oh,
yet.
boy.
Now you just took yourself off the stage. So Jill will send another invitation to you. But we were doing good. We were off to a good start. I predict that we're going to get Sheila back. And soon. So in the meantime, while we're trying to get Sheila back up on the stage, I see her back on the stage. And I see her too. Yay.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Excellent.
Yes.
Look, you got headphones on and everything.
I was trying to. Can you see me clearly now? I know it's a little.
Yes.
But it's a little blur.
I can see.
Yeah,
I can see you good enough. So this should be pretty good.
Thank you so much.
Again, I'm so glad that you came up. Is there any concerns you have? And really, be relaxed. Everything is cool. Yeah. We're just sitting around on our couches, just hanging out, just talking. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of concerns, but I don't know where to start. I thought you might be able to kind of take it forward from there.
Oh, gee, you got to give me something. Okay, well, I'll start with everybody that walks around with a smile on their face and they seem kind aren't always kind, but you are truly kind. You're really kind to people. You're always ready to help a friend. Or
thank you. That's very sweet.
or even people you don't know, maybe someone you just met. If you see them in need, if you're able to help, you will.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I truly mean it.
Yes, yes, I know. I can feel that. Like I said, I'm an empath. I kind of feel what you feel. So when things come through to me, they kind of don't come through in words. They come to me and I can feel it, and then I have to translate it into words.
How do you feel it? Like I'm just wondering out of curiosity. It's so interesting. Do you know what I mean?
This is a good question.
Unique.
This is a very good question, and you're not the first person to ask me that. And it's a very difficult question for me to answer. And the reason it is because I'm a natural born empath. So which means I was born this way.
Oh.
So for me, I was able to do this when I was a small child. I could do this when I was still in the crib. I could do this.
Could you tell? Like when you were growing up?
Like for instance, no, I didn't understand it, but it was just a part of me. You know, just like when you see someone and someone is smiling, right? You can see them and you see them smiling and you say, oh, that person's smiling, right? But for me, I might see that person smiling, but I feel what they are and it just comes through. I just feel what they are in the inside. So even as I was in a crib, barely talking, a friend of my mother's came. The door was closed on my bedroom and I was in the crib and I was just hanging out. I'm in my crib, just being a little baby, right?
Yeah.
And my mother's friend comes in and I stand up and I tell her to get out. get out of here. Because as a child, I felt her energy. Now, I couldn't identify, because I was just a child.
Yeah.
But I knew
Yeah.
I didn't want her energy around me. The things that she had going on in her
Yeah. Yeah.
made me feel awful.
Oh,
So, like, I will take on, in the past, still. So, like, for instance, with you, and like I'm saying, explaining it is kind of hard for me to explain because I've always been like that. And so when I explain it to somebody, they can't understand it because I
I
say,
can. I can
okay,
understand. I can understand it, but I just wanted to I just wanted to know how far back and what are the things that you kind of got from it. Because I think that's, some people have different levels of intuition, I'm guessing.
yes,
But
yes.
but I was just curious, how does it feel? It's
Well,
amazing to me. So
it most of my life, and I've said this in other shows, I thought it was a curse.
I thought it was a gift.
I thought it
It's
was a curse because of all the things that would happen to me because of it. Because at that time, empaths, when I was a kid,
yeah.
they didn't even talk about empaths. It was
Yeah.
they didn't have a name for it. You're a psychic or something, but they didn't have a
Yeah.
name for it.
Yeah.
And most people didn't learn how to protect themselves because as an empath,
Mhm.
you're taking on people's emotions,
Okay.
right? And when you're young, until you learn about it more, you think they're your emotions. You have no idea. So if you're close to
Yeah.
someone that's angry and
Yeah.
mean, I would become angry and mean.
Okay.
And I
I
wouldn't
get
even
what
have
you
to,
mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to focus on them either. They just came on in. So all of these different people, anyone around me, I start feeling all of these different people's emotions. And in turn, people, all of us have some gifts.
Yeah.
Some of us are more developed than others. Like mine was acute from a child. And I learned that I had to hide it because I thought everybody was like this. Everybody can feel everyone's emotions and all of that.
Thoughts.
Yeah.
Can you read somebody's thoughts, or is it just the
No,
feelings from
no, not really.
like
Read people's thoughts. It's
yeah.
more of reading their emotions and then um, deciphering their
Okay.
emotions. So if I feel that they're angry, I can say, "Oh, you have a lot of anger in you," and then I can go to, "Well, why does a person have anger?" So this is how I process it, and then once I
Okay.
do that, I can figure out where it came from. So why are they angry?
It's like
And then
peeling
what?
an onion,
Yes,
isn't it? Layering.
exactly. So the
Okay.
more I talk to a person, the more I will pick up from them quite often. And everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, a person that has been hiding themselves from people their whole life, they've been keeping it a secret their whole life, who they really are. And deceiving people, people that deceive other people on the regular, it's harder for me to see them, to feel
Really?
them.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, because they've been hiding and they got good at it. So they've been hiding themselves and deceiving people for years and years and years and years, 20 years, 30 years. It's harder for me to read them because they're constantly hiding and they get good at it. So it makes it
Oh
harder
wow.
for me to read them.
Because you connect from with someone from talking, correct? And when they shut themselves off, is it the feelings? And
Yes, it's the feelings, but it doesn't have to come from talking to them. I can just feel it without talking to them.
okay.
You know, it depends. Different people are different. Everybody is not the same. But let's get back to you. Now, you said you
Uh,
had many concerns.
yeah.
Let's just choose one.
I'll let you choose.
Oh, now see,
I'll let you choose what you feel and what you feel, and you can decipher the most, because it's there's a lot, and
oh,
I'm quite sure there's a lot you're getting. And you know I
oh,
I
okay.
might be asking one that you might be getting lesser. I'll just let you choose because you know better. I think
No,
so.
I don't know better. You know better
Yeah.
of what concerns you the most, of what you want to talk about the most. But being that we're going this direction, let's
Yeah.
start with what I've already given you.
Yeah.
Is that you're really kind,
Thank you.
you are willing to help people, and you just do stuff for them, whether they're a friend, family member. You're willing to do stuff for them. But the issue is
I get
people.
the right opposite from everybody.
Say that again.
I
Yeah,
get the
the opposite.
exact
Yes, and
opposite
that's
from
what I was just getting ready to get into, is that you find that people just keep doing you wrong, and they keep taking advantage of you because you are kind and you are loving. So you have all of this in you. Now, so when we're talking about energies and people's energies, and actually this gets, were you here earlier when I was talking about positive and negative?
yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this gets into the positive and negative. Okay.
Yeah.
Positive is like a light. It's good stuff. It's like a light. But when you have people that live in a negative, okay,
Okay.
they do negative things, they say negative things, okay,
Mhm.
and they see you, even if they don't know it. Because we
Mhm.
all have gifts, we all have senses. We can sense things from people, even though we don't know it. So
Mhm.
if there's a person that senses the good in you, the negative in them wants to take advantage because they can, take
But
advantage of you.
it's constant, and
It
it's the
is constant because the nicer you are, the more they're going to take advantage of you on all the time. And it keeps happening. But
But
see,
where
now
do I get out of this?
that's what I'm getting ready to tell you.
Sorry. Don't mean
No,
to
no,
interrupt.
ask
Yeah.
questions whenever you wish, anytime. Interrupt me, whether you have a
Sorry.
question or a comment, just interrupt me. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
It's not rude in this case.
Thank you. I wasn't sure. I was like, every time I ask, I'm like, but you said about the
It's
negative, when it
it's
keeps coming, it keeps coming, but mine's continuous for the past 15 years,
yes,
but it's
yes.
not like
S-
3 days. It's like
yes,
15
yes.
years
So
every day.
but you can stop it. And it's
How?
very
I
easy.
have tried to.
It's very, very easy. It's so easy. And
Please tell me how.
it may be hard to you, and it may be hard for you to get used to doing this,
Okay.
but you just have to say, no, I'm not doing this for you. When you see someone, and I'm sure these people that do this to you do this, especially if they're a friend or someone you see on a regular basis, they keep doing it to you again and again and again. But you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because you're kind. But when you
Yeah.
see them do these things to you, yes, still be kind. still be willing to do things for you, for other people. Okay, because that's who
Yeah.
you are. You don't want to
Thank you.
change who you are because of other people that want to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
So you have to say, no, stop. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this for you. And I know this goes against your grain because actually they keep coming to you and asking you to do stuff.
Yeah.
They keep doing that. They keep coming, asking you, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to say no. I'm a nice person. I'm a kind person. Uh, kind and nice are different.
Yeah.
Kind is kind, but when you're nice, you want to please people. Okay, but it's
Yeah.
in your nature. But that's what gets people taking advantage of you. So you have to start learning how to say. So when you know a person is always coming to you asking for something, you have to say no. If it's happened several times, you have to say no.
But
I'm not doing this for you.
I guess
I'm
it's
not going to do it for you. And so here's my question.
yeah.
Here's my question. What are you afraid is going to happen if you say no? I'm not doing it. I'm not helping you.
I think I've already closed much of the doors, but I've always been in a very small circle.
Mm-hmm.
And the no is mainly to my father,
Oh,
and he's always needed some help financially. And I know he's alone since he lost my mom last year. And but the lies that there's been so much of lies, and you see that the thing is, he and my brother has painted me so badly, not only to family, friends, and they've just gone to humiliate me so much everywhere. And the point is, I'm here in the States and they're so far in a different country, but the
mm-hmm.
ability for them to do that and continue to do that with the rest of the family because they think it's funny.
Oh,
While
they think it's
I'm
funny.
Oh yeah, because they've been abusive for a long time, you know. It's in their how do you say? That's the rigmarole that they've been just doing for
It's in their
years.
blood. That's what they
Yeah,
do. That's what they do. And they've
do
been able to do it. And they've been able to get joy out of hurting
out
you.
yeah.
What was I talking about earlier? Positive and negative. If you have positive in your life, positive people in your life,
Which I don't. I don't know where
that's
to
the
find them.
oh, there are plenty of positive people around. But and I know this is a hard thing to say, and I'm going to say it this way.
Do you
Create
think
Go
no,
ahead.
sorry. They believe in a lot of different things. And I'm the part that always runs in my mind is, that have they put a black veil around me? That how
No.
much of positivity that I've been trying to clear in my head, trying to work, to build my self-esteem, my confidence, and it's I feel like I'm still in the pits. you
Well,
know,
the only reason you feel that way is because they make you feel that way. That's a negative thing they're doing to you.
but
Family,
that's
although
from my
many family
husband.
members do this to other family members,
Yeah.
it's got to stop. Now, you are probably not going to get them to change.
No.
That's not going to
I'm
happen.
not I'm not expecting
Right.
it. I'm not even
It's not going to happen.
yeah.
So how do you handle that? How do you create change? You can only do what you can do. You don't have control over them, but you have control over you. And as hard as it is to do, you need to create distance. And it doesn't matter if they're on the other side of the world. I'm not talking about physical distance. I'm talking about mental distance away from them.
How?
How?
I feel like it's sucking. There are
Well,
days.
okay, I'm
that-
going to tell you how. Again, this is it's easy, but it's hard. It's hard for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you're on that call or you're on Skype or you're on WhatsApp and you're having these issues with them, they're saying things to belittle you, to make you feel bad about yourself. You calmly say, I don't like what you're saying about me. And if you continue this, I'm getting off the phone. I'm going to hang up if you continue. And if they continue, click. Done. Now that's going to make them very angry.
Yeah.
So when they contact you again as angry, you tell them the same thing. I am not going to do this with you. If you want to speak calmly to me, you can speak calmly. But if you start speaking in a negative way to me, to put me down, to say something ugly to me, I'm going to hang up. And you do that. And there's either a couple of things that's going to happen. One thing's going to happen. They're going to get more angry. But every time they call back and, they're angry, click. If you want to speak to me rationally. Click. And real quick, I think my producer has something to say.
Hi,
Hello,
Jill.
Sheila. I'm not a reader, or I'm not an empath or a psychic. But one thing that Tony has told me that's helped me, you asked earlier, he said earlier to surround yourself with positivity. And one way that I've been able to do that, I don't know if you meditate or not, but just a few minutes every morning, I set intention that today I'm going to be around, I'm a writer, so I like to be around writers. Today, I'm going to be around writers. And I believe that. Like I keep saying it, it's like an affirmation for me. I believe it, and I say it until I believe it. And then guess what? I have more writers in my life than I ever have.
Really?
So if you
I need to try that. I know I used to do
Yes.
affirmation, but it's hard because I don't know. I'm also, my husband's very volatile. He's a very angry person all the time. I'm surrounded by negativity, even though, like, if I work on myself, if I meditate for it can be 15 minutes, or if I try to, thank you, Jill. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
apologize.
No, I
And-
I understand
Jill,
what you're
I
saying.
went straight to the answer part without thanking you, but
No.
I'm
Please
I'm just
continue.
see, the thing is, I feel like I'm trying so hard, yet within the next 2-3 hours, I feel like I'm slammed with negativity, and I get further and further down, and I'm pulling and pulling myself up, and it's like it's like you're in a sand pit,
Mhm.
and
And you're sinking, right?
You
yeah,
keep-
I'm
yeah.
sinking.
No, I've been there. I understand exactly what you're saying. And for a long time, I would actually say to Tony, "There's nowhere in this house that's for me." But what I learned to do was to even the 5 minutes, if I'm, just have to go to the bathroom and shut the door.
Yeah.
I visualize what my happy place is. I visualize that. So when I am or physically around someone,
Mhm.
with that kind of energy that you're describing, mentally, that's where I go.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will
Yeah.
work for you, but that's
Yeah.
something that I have tried.
Yeah,
So you go to the positive, what you affirmed and imagined in the morning. You try to keep yourself at that place, correct?
That's right. So like
Okay.
you said, sometimes when you like you're happy when you're doing it, right? And
Mhm.
then something will happen or someone will say something or do something to ruin that. And
Yeah.
so people get upset with me, but it's okay. I literally tune people out and go to my happy place. And
That's
if I miss
really
something,
good.
oh well.
Yeah.
Y-
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Just keep
and I'm
doing
really
it until it becomes
that
a
Right, until it
habit.
becomes natural,
Yeah.
you know?
that is
Yeah.
correct. So, and I'm glad Jill brought that up. So it's a matter of, okay. Let me explain. So you know how I said as an empath
Yeah.
in the beginning, I didn't know how to protect myself, and
Oh, yeah.
all of this energy was
Mhm.
coming into me.
Mhm.
So you also, we all have energy,
Yeah.
but you don't know how to protect yourself from all of the negative energy that's coming in to you
No.
from your father, from your brother, from your husband.
And his family.
Sometimes, and that's why I was telling you, you have to tell your father and brother because you don't see them face to face, but they're still getting to you. That's why I'm saying you have to say, hey, if you keep doing this, I'm hanging up. Click. I'm not having this conversation. Now, with your husband, it's a little different because you're in the same household.
Yeah.
But it might mean that, if it's in the daytime, go someplace that makes you calm. calm. Even if you say you're going to the grocery store, maybe you go to the park. Maybe you go to
Yeah.
some place you like. Maybe, whatever it is for you. Maybe you go to the library. Maybe you go to the bookstore. Maybe you go to some place where you can get away from that energy. And the
Yeah.
more you learn to separate yourself and protect yourself from that energy,
Mhm. Mhm.
the easier it gets. And I believe Jill has something else to say.
Yes, another thing that you taught me was if you physically can't leave the space you're in with that kind of energy,
Uh-huh.
he's taught
Yeah.
me to imagine like a protective covering around myself. I imagine a bubble. He imagines a wall that someone
Oh,
cannot penetrate.
yeah, I remember I did one of those courses before. They asked me to imagine a golden bubble around myself and fill it with all good, happy
Good
white light.
energy, white light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to go a little
Thank you
further
so
with
much,
that.
Jill.
Thank you. She has,
You're welcome.
and this is all stuff I told her.
Yes, I've
she
learned.
remembers the stuff I told her more better than I do. But
But
here,
that's
I'll
that's
give
good.
you
Great thing.
one more thing you can do with that when you protect yourself, when you start protecting yourself.
Mhm.
So they're saying a bubble, but I'm saying use something that feels safe to you now. So maybe you love plants. Maybe
Yeah,
you
I
surround
do.
yourselves with, see, how about that? See, sometimes I'm just lucky. Um, maybe you love plants. So you envision surrounding yourselves with these plants, these beautiful plants that they can't get through. They can't get to you because you're in this happy place and they can't get in. The more you do that, the stronger that barrier will come. So
Okay.
and like I said, all of us have gifts and all of us feel energy even if we don't know it. Okay? That's
Mhm.
why some people you like instantly, some people you don't like instantly because we're feeling their energy. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't like a person and you haven't said a word to them. They haven't said a word to you, but something feels not right about them.
Yeah.
So when the people that are trying to take your energy away are trying to take your joy, your calm, your peace, your love, they start feeling that they're not getting what they want from you. When they make
Oh,
you miserable, that makes them happy. When they can't make them miserable, they're not getting what they want. So eventually they'll stop. That's the hope. That's what we want them to do. Eventually they'll stop and calm down. But you have to see how that plays out, because again, everybody's not the same.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
protect yourself. So put those plants all the way around you. Put the white light around you. Put the peace around you. And just don't let them see you. You know how they used to say, don't let them see you sweat.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you sweat. You know,
Just
just don't let
relax.
them see, that they don't get you angry. I live in love and peace now.
Yeah.
People do stuff to me all the time to try to take advantage of me or to try to hurt me in some kind of way. And these things can come out of the blue. These things can come in the grocery store, and somebody will do something to try to belittle me. Someone I don't even know.
Oh
So I
boy.
can't let that get to me. I need to stay centered where I am.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's not easy, especially if you've been living in it a long time. I know it's not easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And as you do it, then you can start seeing changes. Oh, does this make him more angry? Or does this make him calm? And then you can decide, oh, so what's the next step now?
Yeah.
But it gives you a starting point, and getting your strength and your power.
I should just imagine more strength and power
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
positivity.
And positivity. And you have
Mm.
to stay in that place. So
Yeah.
the moment you start thinking otherwise, identify it. You say, oh, wait a minute. I'm beginning to think about myself in a negative way. I'm starting to think about, you stop yourself. Nope. Nope. And you go
Yeah.
back to that
'Cause
positive spot.
I think sometimes self-pity is so easy because it's such a fine line, and suddenly you're
Yes.
falling off onto the self-pity side instead of saying, "Look, you need to be strong and positive, and you need to be loved," and you ask for love. Because
Yes. Hey, but I'm already over an hour
oh,
here, but
yeah.
I would like to do something for you. I would like to give you a free
Oh,
private reading, 30 minutes.
oh, thank
Yeah, if
you.
you'd like it.
Yes, I would
S-
love it.
So, in the fortune cookie, if you can see it,
Yeah, on the
yeah,
left.
yeah,
Yeah.
that brings you to the sociotap, and I think we had some technical difficulties with it. I believe it only has the phone number. That Jill and Jill is
It's not
shrugging her shoulders. I
it's
don't
not giving me anything. I'm
anything.
clicking it.
It's
No,
not.
no. Hang on. Oh, hang on. It's clicking. Oh, I see your profile, and then
And
it says here, contact me for a reading. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then do I open? No, I can't do
Just
it.
click on it, and it
Oh,
should have either my email or
It has
my.
the phone number.
It has a phone number now.
Yeah. But you can tell her, literally
Yeah,
tell
and
her.
if you have something to write with, you
what?
can write it down. And let me make sure I don't give you the
The wrong number?
wrong number. Yeah, it's a new Google number.
Okay, I've got a pen and paper. Hang
Okay,
on.
the number is area code 470
470
377
377
1730. 1731.
1731. So it's 470-377-1731.
Yep.
Right?
And now that you're there, you have a pen and
Yeah.
pencil. I'm going to give you the email address
Okay.
also.
I'm
And
taking. Yep.
and this is pretty
Email.
easy. The Man About Love.
The Man About Love. I love that. How did you all choose it?
Because I am the man about love. I'm always talking about love on all our shows. I love, love, love.
But
That's
that
what I'm supposed to do. Spread love. And so that's
there's
the man about love at gmail.com.
that's one thing we all need.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. So this is one of the things I was told to do. So that's what I'm doing. Trying to spread love.
We need a lot of that to make everyone
yes,
happy.
we do. We sure do.
We
Oh my
surely do.
gosh. Yes.
In
So,
this time and era, definitely.
Yeah. So if you email me and if you email me, I will we can set up a time. It'll either be on a Monday or a Thursday or a Friday.
Okay.
On one of those days, anytime
And
between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. and we're on the East Coast.
9. Yeah, I'm on East Coast too.
Oh,
So
good.
9 to 8 p.m. You said Monday, Thursdays, or Fridays, correct?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we can in the private reading we can get into more depth about specifically about your brother, your father, and your husband, and
Thank you.
why all of these men are in your life. It's not a coincidence.
Why? It's the
I'm not
same.
telling you
I'm
tonight.
just like, yeah, but it's just like, how do you leave? How do you come thousands and thousands of miles away to something just the same?
Yes,
Like
exactly.
even worse, actually.
Yes, I can tell you how that happens. But not tonight. We're going to do that in a private reading. That's free, by the way, so it's not going to cost you any money.
No, but
yeah, but I can go into more detail, and it might be some stuff you don't want to share with everyone.
I guess you already know. So yeah, not the whole world.
Yeah, you might not want the whole world to know what you've been through. So we can talk about that in a private reading.
I really appreciate this.
Yeah,
so
I'm glad I can do
grateful.
that.
I'm so
grateful.
grateful.
I am grateful for you that you're here and that you did ask for a reading.
No, I'm blessed to have found you. I think I put it out there and I've asked and asked, and suddenly I see you last week, and I'm like, what? There is no way this is really happening, because I've only got, when you're in a funk for so long, it's always bad and bad. When you keep on asking for good and it's never happening, when it happens, you're like, really?
What?
Is it really?
Yes. Have faith. Have faith. If you live
hard.
your true self, if you stay in that, because you're a positive person, if you stay there and you don't let the negative defeat you, eventually good things are going to start happening. You will find the right people. And actually, it's not just that you'll find the right people. You all will be directed towards each other.
That's wonderful. Like I remember last week I said I found my tribe.
Yes, I do remember. And I remember because I said, "Oh, I am so happy you said that. I'm so happy that you used tribe." Because we need to realize that yes, we have family. We have blood family.
Yeah.
But our blood family isn't always so nice to us. And our blood family doesn't always do right by us.
Yeah.
But your tribe will.
Yeah.
Your tribe will.
It's hard because I think I've never had that from your birth family, and wondering if anybody's out there to give that to me or want to give that to me. Am I worthy enough?
Oh, you are more than worthy. You are more than worthy.
Thank you.
I mean,
And
really, you're incredible. I mean, look, think about it. Think about all of the mess you've been put through, and you're still here. It
I don't
hasn't
even know
destroyed you.
how.
Exactly. Exactly. But you're still here. And you're
Well,
still
70
positive.
pounds later, still here, extra, because of all that stress.
Exactly. Exactly. And I've been through a lot of stuff too. I've been depressed. I'm no longer depressed. I am free of depression, free of medication, free of therapy, free of all of that stuff. And I know they say never, but I can
Yeah.
tell you I will never be depressed again. And I will never have to take medication for depression again.
That's amazing.
It's because I'm living in the positive and the negative. I'm living in love. I am protected now.
Is that
I
from
know.
therapy, or is that from?
Actually, the way and I was suicidal. The way I defeated it was one through literature.
Okay.
I read a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, I think I've heard of him. Hang on, I'm writing.
And that one is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Breaking. Ooh, I need that.
But it may not, if you are analytical and spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
that book will speak to you. But you have to be somewhat analytical also, because he's a former brain surgeon.
I think was he the one that passed on and then was?
No, he was hit by a car while riding his bike, and it severed his spine. And they told him he would never walk again. So he used his mind to heal his spine.
Oh, wow.
And he did. And he walks. He's fine. He's fine now. So there was that. There was therapy plus meditation. And
I
those
know
things
a lot of
got me
people
out of
say
depression.
meditation is one of the mind-altering new, ways of. Even the medical field says meditation it alters a lot of things.
Yes. And it really, really works. I've cured myself of several things.
I
And
might
I'm
have to
working on
ask
something
you.
new now. Jill
Yeah.
has a comment.
Oh, hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill. You should
I'm
just stay on the
I should
stage,
just be
Jill.
a host of this show too. Sheila, I just wanted you to know that we're here for you. So you do have a tribe. I just want
Thank
you
you
to know
so
that
much,
we're here for you.
Jill. I saw that you have, he was Tony was mentioning the other two programs. So I was trying to look up just now. I'm not familiar with Fireside so well, so I'm struggling still with this website and trying to navigate it. So, yeah, how do I search and make, kind of add it on? How do I have to add it on to my list of things that I want to watch? Or is there a
Well, if
technique that
you
I'm missing?
know, well, I can tell you that our shows air on Tuesday
Yeah. Okay.
and they air on Wednesday. You have two shows that air on Wednesday.
2 shows on Wednesday. Do you know what time Eastern time would the Wednesday?
One show, Jill's show, which is Wait With Me, that
Uh-huh.
airs at 6:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
So you can just go to the app the same way you got into my
Mhm.
show, and you'll see Jill's show listed, and you just click on it, when it's
Okay.
time to start. Then the next show is I'm Right, where Jill and I both are the host.
Oh.
And we discuss whether she's right or I'm right.
And I'm always right.
she thinks she's
That would be
I'm
always
always
right.
right. And that's at 8 o'clock Eastern. Because we say it like I'm right.
I'm right.
So that's the
Yeah.
name of the show.
And I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, and then I have
banter
one,
between both.
and then I have one other show called Poetic People Fighting Racism. And I'm also a poet, so I do a poem on that show, and I try to bring other artists on that show. And when I'm talking about racism, I'm talking about racism against anyone in this country that is of color.
I've
But
been through a lot of that.
yes,
Because when I first moved to the States, we were in Kentucky.
Ooh,
In
that's where
Louisville.
That
Jill's
is where
from.
I'm from, so I understand.
Hi, Jill.
I understand.
Do you know how
Yes.
she do? Imagine no. I'm a brown person. I'm not American, and I didn't know anything. I had no idea,
Mhm.
and I just got bombarded. That oh boy, I don't even know where to start.
And so in that poetry show, I discuss, the racism in this country, plus the caste system in this country, which a lot of people don't realize exist. You probably do.
Now I do. Many years later,
You did.
hard way.
Yeah,
or
you
every day.
didn't.
Actually,
Yeah.
even here. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And I
Well,
think-
we're 21 minutes over.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Sorry.
we're gonna have to
is
end
gonna be
this.
so exciting, though.
Oh yes, I enjoyed it. No, you don't understand. I love doing this because I'm finally doing what I was told to do 6 years ago. And I love it. It's nothing I don't like about it. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm
And
happy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
I
for
meet
doing
people
this.
like you. I meet people like you, Sheila. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. So yeah, we are going to have to get off the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm
for your
going to
time.
ask again if there's anyone else that wants a reading or something. Otherwise, I won't be giving away any more free readings tonight if there's no one else that would like a reading. So
I think there might be another person up there. I'm not sure.
There is
she-
another person in your audience, a Kig Life Coach,
okay.
if you just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, let's just say hi and let's see if we can just get started.
Thank you, Tony. You have
Oh,
a
thank
wonderful
you.
pleasure. I will be contacting you and looking forward to talking.
Me too. I
All
am.
right.
So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Bye
Have a great
bye.
night. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank
I
you so
think
much,
Jill's
Jill. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was a
Have a
pleasure.
wonderful night. It's a pleasure.
You too.
Bye. Oh, how do I get
Bye-bye.
off? Like,
Oh,
how-
I'll take you off.
okay.
You don't
Thank
have to do
you.
anything.
Thanks.
All right. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
later. Talk to you later, actually.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to
no.
bed
No.
after this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it working, Jill, or not working?
It's coming. Oh,
It's
I'm
coming.
there. I'm there.
Everything
Okay.
works slow. Okay. So we have, what did you say, Jill? I can't see a doggone thing.
Kig Life Coach. I'm not sure if I'm saying that the first part correctly, but I know the last part is Life Coach.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's get her up.
No, she's
She's-
just in the audience. I don't know if she wants to come up.
Oh, okay. I thought there was somebody else that wanted to come up. Well, if there is no one else that wants to come to the stage, I think we're going to end this show because we are over. Jill really does not like it when I go over. She she complains like you would not believe. I'm sure what she's thinking right now is, I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to go to work tomorrow, Tony, right? You can't.
I don't always complain.
Yeah, it's okay, Jill. It's okay. So, again, I thank everyone that has been in the audience tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you to Sheila, right? Thank you, Sheila. Just want to make sure I didn't say the wrong name. For coming up. The next episode. Let's see, next week. I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, check this out. Next week episode, we're talking about you are stronger than you know. And we, all of us, are way stronger than we know. We really don't understand how powerful we are as human beings. So that's next week. Let's see, I had some other things. Oh, actually, there's a show going on right now, and it's Graciela Moore, and she has a show called Moon Magic and Mindfulness, and it's going on right now, and she is also a highly sensitive empath, but she talks a lot about, let's see, horoscopes and all of that. Isn't that correct, Jill? Yeah, I'm sure. And she talks about that, but she gives like daily insight on what may be going on with you or in your life, and she uses astrology to do that. So it's quite interesting. And she also, I believe, is a life coach. So you can go right from this show into hers. Check it out. She's a real nice person. Before the music runs out, the music that is playing right now is Feel the Freedom, and that's by Mixed Sound. The open intro is called The Wave by Emilio Melron. Hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. And let's see. For the soul reading, the music that was played was Path of Less Resistance by AG Music. So we will catch you the next time. I'm going to take myself off a video because the music has stopped. If that works today, it did. It did work. All right. Again, everyone, love you all. Can't wait to see you next week or hear from you via email or text or no text, voicemail. And again, love you all. Stay safe and